Everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. It's a defect. What is FF is a defect. Frost, focus. You get these, nothing can stop you. Like, sort of. A little, maybe. Dude, I think you have to take it. Guaranteed one, well, very likely one free elite. What would we have upgraded by? We would have upgraded Zap. Big whoop. Sure. No combat. Just beg for no combat here. Possibility for 2 free elites. No combat. Oh, baby. I'll pay 75 gold to cut a strike out of this deck. Okay, so we got you, and we're not going to be able to afford anything here, and that's A-okay. And then we get a free elite. So this is our first free elite. I mean, there's many ways to do this, but this is one way. We get a whetstone. I don't think you take a claw just to try to make the claw work. You just accept you're going to get 2 upgraded attacks. Yeah, that's okay. And then you smith. Probably chaos. I think an orb for free is probably better than a lightning orb for free. You're praying. Yet again, no combat on this next question mark. Oh, baby. All right, so this is it's a little dangerous because we're getting like literally. I mean, we've been in 3 fights on the whole floor. That's a little dangerous. We can afford both of these, which is really nice. I do like Frost Focus, so Cool Headed is really good, but I think I like a Self Repair and a Ball Lightning just for immediate damage dealing purposes. Because we're actually going to have to get into a real fight soon. Now, this doesn't actually, like, based on the relics we got now, I really like a charge battery. Now we could have taken 2 claws, but probably still would have not loved the run if we had 2 claws, you know what I mean? Now we actually have to fight some enemies, and that's where things are going to start to get a little dangerous. Let me just tell you, yo boy, you're very happy. If I kill you, play 2 of these. No. 2 of these hit you? It doesn't. We were taking 3 either way. We were taking 3 this way, actually, I should say, and 2 if we had hit you. But there was the chance to take 0 on this, so I will never go back on my earlier logic there. Melter is definitely good enough. We need attacks to get to this guy, and actually having an ability to get through block is extremely nice. Might as well dual cast. Fair enough. Having dual casted. We're basically breaking even here. What I was going to say is nothing really strikes me as being incredibly useful for the purposes of Frost Focus here. Let's take a Cool-Headed just to get out in front of it. And we will upgrade our Zap. Yeah, we'll upgrade our Zap. I think we're relying on Chaos right now to give us some Dark Orbs. And you might say, well, if that's the case, NL, more power to you. But why wouldn't you take Darkness? And the real answer is, I don't actually think I want Dark Orbs long term. I think I just wouldn't mind them for the time being. We don't need to play anything else. I don't want to channel more Frost. I think I like the Lightning out there. That I will do. 16? Well, we'll just go for that. I think we just want Dark Orbs, like, we want to roll the dice and get lucky, more or less. Okay, so that's helpful. We're at 9, 16, 21, and let's just get some more lightning, which means we probably didn't need that last one, but it's okay. I mean, there is a Dark Orb, but a double value strike, you got to do it to get him to roll over. You got to do it to get him to roll over. Hold on, you're doing 10 damage. We'd really like to stay at 66 HP. I mean, it's pretty good. Now, don't draw dual cast. Okay, we drew dual cast. I think we just eat it. We benefit from evoking this Dark Orb as late as possible. And even just to evoke it on this turn might take you by surprise, but I really see that as being the right answer as well. Just to get him to roll over faster, even though we're not going to get the lethal out of it. But yeah, let me put it this way. I think you could play that one either way and be fine. Now let's not evoke on this turn with Cool-Headed, because we'd like this to be something we could use to get the kill. Like a dual cast plus will get us there. Now really just evoking it will get us there, but dual cast works too. Okay. I don't know what we want here. I mean, it's very hard to argue with an Echo form. We need energy after that, and like out of all of these, I mean, you can't convince me Sozu is worse than Nuclear Battery. Losing your energy up is what makes that unworkable for me. So I think we do want to take this right path that has the opportunity to be, you know, we could basically do 2 elites if we want to. We're playing everything. Bad turn though. This, hey, self-repair existing in this deck means it's okay to take some damage. We obviously would prefer to take less, but so now what do we want? What do we want for ourselves? He's gonna get away with our gold. We want Frost and we want Focus. It's I'm not mad, but like if we had just drawn Echo form a little earlier. I want Frost and I want Focus. So I think we're good on these. Really, it's Capacitor. We get an innate curse. I don't think we can... I don't think we'd feel good about going for it, at least. I will take Ritual Dagger. The extra damage is super nice, and honestly, the ability to heal ourselves means taking damage from an encounter is really not that big of a deal. I'm not willing to add another daze back here, so you're doing 18 damage. That's horrible. Still is really bad, but I thought maybe we could get you with poison. Oh, 11 damage. Hold on. I don't think I can get you. I can get you. Never mind. I'm dumb. Okay. Good stuff. Let's get a go for the eyes going here. You know what? 110 gold. Remove my curse. You upgraded to defend. It's one of the worst upgrade targets without a doubt, but it is what it is. Let's rest. If we're going to be taking an aggressive path, I don't mind doing that, and I'm very happy to have weakness now. I definitely feel like I want to hit you with this. So we would love a Dark Orb yet again. You're doing 21 damage. That's no joke. We're just playing our hand. Pen nib? Not till next turn. Okay. Are we playing our hand? I think we're playing our hand. So we're taking 14 damage. It's bad. Obviously. We can play our hand again, I think. Then this gives us energy back, which is nice. And we get one of those out there for a little bit more. Now, we take 22 damage right off the jump, but oh well, I guess. 35, huh? 20. We gotta kill you. It's actually gonna be much tighter than I thought it would be. I'm very glad we popped the poison potion. I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb. Am I I think I'm extremely dumb. Probably could have just lived through that. Okay, life goes on. I'm disappointed because I thought we were in a good spot there, but clearly the fact that we didn't fight anything on the last floor led me to believe I was stronger than I was. Okay, good rests. Could be worse. I think you like this path. 3 question marks. Deck smoothing. I think you take a risk on this one. And you lose. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun on these early encounters where mathematically you're destined to take damage. But, you know, it's going to sound salty, and it's a little salty. But here's the thing. 820 is optional, you know? I'm doing it because I'm brain dead. I think for us to have, to knock something like this out of our, you know, bucket list, it means a lot to me. You know, I've obviously invested a lot into this game. I'm probably ready to stop playing it on YouTube once we get the 820 victories, but we got to get the 820 victories. If we ever get frustrated, that's why we go back for the dailies. I'd rather zap ya. I gotta hit you for 15. I don't think it mattered whether we zapped or not, given what we drew, but I'm happy with the way it worked out. Okay, 282 gold. Easy money. No, we don't have to remove a card anymore. That's right, we already got rid of our curse. So, I like a lot of this. I like orb slots. And I really like Doom and Gloom just for AoE purposes. Let's throw a little charge battery in there as well. And then, we got some expensive stuff going on. I think Zap to get your orbs flowing faster is still worth a lot, honestly. Well, it's just a terrible first turn. Is still really bad. But Doom and Gloom Strike gets us where we need to go. Thank you. I think a Steam Barrier for 0. It's a card I underrated for a long time and no longer. So this is like... Honestly, I feel like we're geniuses for taking Doom and Gloom. Even though we're going to have one really terrible turn. Like a really, really terrible turn. Where we take a bunch, just a staggering amount of damage. And we still, you see, the thing is, Ruka, we still had to defend because we had played a charge battery last turn. So that's, wouldn't necessarily recommend that as being the smartest use of your time. Definitely will dual cast still. It's okay, it's not that bad. It's genuinely, like, it's not even close to being that bad. This is actually really good. We'd love a self-repair. That's the one thing from the last run I would love to roll over. Ancient T-Set's pretty good. Seek works really well in Frost Focus, or sorry, Loop works really well in Frost Focus, but Seek is just, it's whatever you want it to be that's also in your deck, so it's very good, obviously. I'll tell you. Oh, we need Consume and Glacier. The fact that we can get both is an insane stroke of luck. But I'll tell you, I don't think we live because both of these paths are horrible. So I think we just go for the hard path. And let it ride. I think get rid of these 3 and hope for something a little better. It's not better. So let's wake him up. He is going to be upset. It's okay, we got 8 passive block per turn. I cannot stress enough how, and we probably want... Hold on. It's also very good block. I can't stress enough how lucky we are to have gotten Glacier and Consume, both of which are extremely good. I chose to take damage that turn to get one of these out there, because I think if we don't get one of those out there, we very, very easily could just get statted out, even with good focus. So I'll tell you, it's a little dicey, but 44, leave him at 23. Nah. We wait for another opportunity to evoke this. Though it pains me so, it's not the right time, okay? Now is the right time. Hold on. I mean, you probably gotta play that. 16. 19. We take 1. Big whoop. Big whoop. Or if we pop this, hold on. Where would we be if we pop this? We gain 2 focus. 12 set. We'd be at 19 still. This will get stronger for next turn. You're dead. We took very little damage after that point. Life is but a dream. That was not bad. Gambling chip is fine, although not specifically what we're looking for. Heal me. Lots of good upgrades. This is an extreme rarity, I want to point out. We have all the tools. We can keep Zap, but we do want a Glacier. We have all the tools that you could want for a Frost Focus build. Sure, there's a couple of things. Energy. I think you just Glacier right out of the gate, dude. Energy would be a very nice get. But I mean, I'm not trying to be like too picky, you know what I mean? It's like a great situation right here. We got Capacitor, we got Consume, we got Glacier. We had good opportunities to upgrade everything. The dream, the mission statement of these runs is you get into a situation like this where, you know, the first couple of turns might be a little touchy. But following those touchy turns, he can't hit us. I mean, he literally can. But just barely. And then, now that we got, the Dark Orb, we haven't really talked about it, but with Focus, scales real well. 10 days. Okay, you're obviously dead. Lucky us, dude. Alright, so just stay cool. You never know which one of these bosses could actually get to you. The Fusion being upgraded starts to become pretty good, but it doesn't immediately help us. So I'm not sure. Not sure if we can justify it. 13. We get rid of both strikes. Probably could have gotten rid of Ascender's Bane. I think, unfortunately, would have been nice to have the Consume early. Whatever. We're taking 2 damage. Being rendered weak. The weakness is irrelevant right now. Would we rather evoke the orb, or would we rather put 2 more Frost Orbs up? We'd rather evoke the orb early. I have to crunch the numbers in my head because it's a bit of a weird one. Not sure if you've noticed. Honestly, like, Seek right now, is very unimpressive. But at some point in the future, this Seek grabbing Consume or Capacitor as necessary is gonna, like, your whole world's gonna open up, sweetheart, I promise. Look at this. Okay. No complaints. Honestly, don't think we need a static. You're very risky, but let's use our heads. What do we want? How do we live through this fight? Honestly, extra orb slots, but he's gonna start the hit pretty hard. I still think the extra orb slots though. So we're making a pretty big decision by not resting here. I'm definitely gonna pop my focus potion when we get a chance. And honestly, all of these are useless. Give me something better. And they delivered. Yes. 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 It's an extremely good start. We have 14 passive block per turn. You're hitting me for 18. And that's where you now say, we like where we're at. Now, I should have played this differently, I think. Well, maybe. If I could have Seek, Hologram, Consume, that probably would have been better. But we can also just kind of wait it out. And, you know, for 0, it's again, not a great use of Seek, but to get 8 damage passively per turn is still very nice. Now, I do think you Hologram and Consume, but you probably... I mean, a Dark Orb wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But you can play it later. Let's cannibalize a Frost Orb in the interest of getting lightning out there a little faster. We already got 30 passive block per turn. It's pretty solid. It's going to be hard for him to hit us. I mean, this almost covers his biggest turn without us even, like, doing anything. So, the Doom and Gloom is very important here. Gaining 14 on that per turn is really 28 if you can get it to the front and pop a Darkness Orb. So, now you gotta think. I think you honestly just sit. There's like and I'm sure you don't need me to tell you, but there's like a curve almost. If you map like I was just looking at maximum block. If you look at maximum block, 4 orbs is 40. If we gain 3 focus, 3 orbs is 39. Obviously, it maybe applies differently depending on what your specific goal is, but I think for us right now that it makes good sense that we would actually want to stay on 4. Now, do we really want to evoke this? I don't believe we do. He is about to have a big turn, but it can't be big enough. It's not possible. Now we'll evoke it, but that's like... I don't want to say it's out of necessity, but it's a good sense choice. We're going to take 1 damage, really 3 damage, because we had to get the burn out of there. But he can't stop us. He did 3 damage on his big turn, and we were like deliberately sort of obtuse about it. Now, because I don't expect the fight to go on much longer, we'll just focus on making sure we got this thing coming out for like maximum damage eventually. I promise you, if you're anxious about this right now, you have nothing to concern yourself with. Although, I'm starting to get not anxious, because, I mean, we still put up 30 block passively, but I'm like, man, how many burns did you put down there? Anyway, we hit you for 85 easily. We want energy, we want focus. Artifact is fine. We really, really want energy now. We got it. Curse Key is absolutely good enough. This one has a real shot. We just got to build specifically... And this is a nice little flexible path here, but we got to build specifically with Frost Focus in mind and with beating 2 bosses. So I'll tell you right off the bat. We want blocks, and we don't really care much about anything else. So, you know, I almost think you bust out the pen and the pad here, because I'm like, if you seek Glacier, or do you seek Consume? I think you would seek Glacier and then Consume later. No pen or pad necessary. 21 damage. We get to 20. I can live with it. So at this shop, my #1 goal is honestly a self-repair. We take no day. Oh, what are you doing? Not like we could have busted through his shields regardless, but what are you doing? So this is easy. You like Capacitor. You like Consume. 15. We haven't gotten a Steam Barrier out there, unfortunately. I think you accept 5 damage instead of... Well, 6 damage instead of 4 damage to avoid Frailty again. But it is suboptimal. I really wanted Steam Barrier to be in my discard pile. Then we could have avoided some of that unpleasantness. Didn't really matter what was coming around. If this looks like it's going badly, I don't think that's the case. I think it's a situation where we're just sort of not drawing what we want right off the bat. That doesn't indicate that things are in a bad position at all. Because really, we're just in the waiting game right now. He can't hit us, more or less. So we're really just waiting for a good dual cast opportunity, but it's not yet, honestly. But if it's not yet, what are we going to play? That's a very good point. Are we going to do this? 54 damage. And then he'll take another 9. Okay, that seems like a very sensible approach. Thank you. Second Consume is very unnecessary. We will take a Ritual Dagger. We could honestly use offense. I'm going to give you my strength potion, and I appreciate Juzu bracelet. It's actually is very helpful indeed. Now, what were we going to do here? We wanted self-repair. It doesn't exist. Okay. I think a second capacitor is still extremely great. I don't think you need anything else. Maybe you start to look at this and you go, okay, you know what? Pull a strike. You could probably start pulling defends out of here as well. We're going to become cursed anyway. I think, I don't love it, but go ahead. Back to 66. We had to skip a relic for it, but I can live with it. Okay, so lightning bodies these guys. We need to put up 12 block turn 1, and we really, really don't want to take damage. So we'll keep Seek. I do like Zap, but we don't need it. And we'll keep Capacitor. I think we could dump Hologram. We only need to put up 12 block. I want that to be clear. We'll put up a little bit more, but it's in the interest of being able to play Consume very frequently moving forward. So you're doing 18, okay? It's not a limited amount of damage. I don't think we play Ritual Dagger. We got time on our side. But we do need Consume, ideally. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You've done me an incredible service today. Okay. It's good. 15. 15 block, you're doing 26 damage. That's a lot. But we can live with it. We'll go up to 22. We take 4 damage. It's not that bad. You know, we do have Blood Vial. You're doing 24 damage. Again, basically, it's not meaningless, but it means very little. Once we get our orbs out there, nothing can stop us, which is why a self-repair is so valuable. Now, I was just going to say, this is a guilt-free Consume situation. We got 32 block. You're doing 36 damage. That's very impressive. You should be very proud. That being said, you will never punch through my armor. And all I need is one roll of the D3 to actually take you out. I mean, this will work. Helpful. 2 dead. You're doing 12. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah. So this is it's a great proof of concept. Normally, these guys, you kill them quick. Because if you don't kill them quick, you're screwed. By the way, wait for Ritual Dagger, dummy. I don't think we need a rebound. I think it's getting a little too cute with what we're adding. I think we do fight unelites. This also makes us fight 2 elites. So you know what? Let's do it, dude. I'm not afraid. We actually do not need an auto shields. Well, I'm dumb. And because of my dumbness, we're going to take 5 damage. That's not that bad on the dumbness scale, but it's higher than I'd like to take. At least we got our Consume out there. So what do you do now? Glacier. Obviously. And I'm hoping I didn't screw myself because we got to find a way to do 22 damage this son of a gun next turn. Otherwise, he's going to hit us for more than I'd like. Dude, this is a real issue. What have I done? They're not messing around. Seek gives us Ritual Dagger. I want to point out, the mistake we made on the first turn is actually not that big of a deal. But I'm sweating, dude. Certainly, it's gotta be like, you gotta be able to hologram a glacier back. And then you've just gotta die. But you're still doing 53 damage. Are we dead? We're exactly dead? All right, well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a long bath because that took all the wind out of my sails. It's entirely my own fault, and yet still, it's probably a good sign that I should stop playing Slay the Spire for the day. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. It helps us a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.